Hello, hello. Good evening, friends and family out there. Welcome to our first episode of what do you call that? Next to NeezaNizam. I think a very, very significant milestone for our a bit of technical. Significant milestone for us in terms of having our own talk show. Wow, it's really, really, overwhelming for me actually. But never mind. No pain, no gain. Right. How are you, Niza?
Fine. It's a bit of back to our circuit breaker days where we have to work more at home. Yeah. But that's why this is what the show is about, right? Basically,
correct.
We are here to empower our consumers out there who knows us, who probably did not have time to get in touch with us. So hopefully some of the snippets of what we're going to share today will definitely help some of our clients out there.
Yes, correct. I think this is our main objective. Like we shared yesterday, if you missed the teaser episode, we are here to empower, to share our knowledge, our experience, so that you out there are able to make informed decision where real estate matters are concerned. Not to worry, it's not going to be very, very, what call it, serious and all that. We'll add a bit of laughter, a bit of, in
Actually, this is supposed to be
santai.
Very informal session. In fact, we're actually looking forward to some of your questions if you have. Because you can even call us, right? Through WhatsApp.
Yes, I will try my best to receive the call and ensure that everybody can hear us. Hopefully those who are watching, please like and share so that we can engage more people. At the same time, we also like to build this community for you so that everybody has a platform.
Yeah, actually they can call us live, right? Nizam, we can actually ask us questions live right now.
Yes.
In Facebook, right, and YouTube. So basically you can, if you have a questions right now, you have a questions that you want to ask, you can actually just call Nizam now.
Before we go to that segment, I think if you're too shy to call later on, can always just comment, and I'll be looking at all the comments so that we can also answer if we have the time or if it's appropriate. And at the same time, we also want to discuss about our maiden topic today. If you see the ticker there, HDB resale, is it worth paying COV? Before we start, Niza, what is COV?
COV is basically cash over valuation. That means for any property to actually require you to have a loan, right? If you need a loan when you purchase a property, you need to have a valuer come and value the property that you're purchasing before your CPF and loan can be disbursed to you, right? So in the HDB context, basically, when you actually offer a resale flat, okay, you will give the option fee, and then after that, with the contract or the OTP, option to purchase, we'll use that to request for value, right, Nizam?
Yeah.
And then that who will come down? When you request for value, there will be a panel of valuers, right? That HDB have assigned that will contact you to come down to the property you have purchased to do a valuation. Yeah.
What Niza has described is basically the process of how the determination of a valuation of a HDB property. So what is cash over valuation, which means there is additional top up in terms of cash above the valuation. For example, the valuation of a HDB flat is 400,000. Okay, but the closing price, or you purchase the flat at 420,000. So where does the 20,000 come from? It comes from it is deemed as cash over valuation.
It has to be cash because you cannot take a loan, whatever that is above valuation. And you cannot use CPF to pay for whatever above valuation. Okay, actually, Nizam, this valuation thing, right? Because, well, back in our olden days, I mean, not say olden days, maybe 10 years ago, no, 5 years or 6 years ago, whereby the valuation report is done first by the seller. So before the seller put the property in the market, they already know what will be the valuation that is being given to that particular property, to their property. So they will ask, okay, so they have a lot of nice renovation, they want to ask a bit more than what is being valued at. So that's where we have cash over valuation known beforehand. But now with the current process, the seller cannot do the valuation request. The valuation request can only be done by the buyer, only with an accompanied option to purchase, meaning they have to make the offer first to the seller, seller agree, seller issue the option to purchase contract. Then with that contract, they can do the valuation request. So the valuation only comes after you make an offer or seller accepted the offer.
Correct.
Right?
Yeah.
So that means if let's say the price that you said just now, you actually buy a property at 420,000, you already agreed with the seller agreed to sell with you. But then when you do a valuation, the valuation report come out to be 400,000. That means as a buyer, you have to decide, are you willing to pay that 20,000 cash over the valuation of 400?
Yeah.
Okay, and this 20,000, you cannot use CPF, you cannot use loan, you can only pay with your hard cash.
Yes,
right?
Hard-earned cash.
Hard-earned cash. That means you must, on top of your down payment and so on, you need to have a 20,000 cash to be handed over to HDB on the completion, near completion, so that you can give it to the HDB can give it to the seller. Yeah. So that is not what we know most young couples would have, right, Nizam?
Yeah,
especially first-time buyers.
What we are trying to discuss here, I mean, for as a start is why is there COV in the first place? You know, because of the fact that we will discuss later on what is the major factor of that contributes to cash over valuation. Because for the longest time, in where HDB market is concerned, there is no COV, only started in pandemic time. So very, very interesting. So we will discuss in detail on how this thing came about and what is it worth, like our topic today, is it worth paying COV, right? So today, in today's context, I mean, just to give you a perspective that almost, if I may say so, almost 2 out of 4 transaction has COV. Am I right?
Yes.
Probably, yeah. COV from maybe a few $1,000s to even 30, 40, 50. Okay, just an example, our own personal experience. We just option a unit for a buyer at Anchorvale for executive apartment.
Yeah.
We closed at 630,000. Am I right?
Yes. After long negotiation.
Yeah, it was asking 680. We nego until don't know what, and seller finally agreed at 630. So we did the valuation. We submit the for valuation.
But before that, as an agent, right, we also have to make our professional guess. Like, what will be the valuation in the vicinity?
I think guess is not a good word.
Professional guess.
Judgment.
Okay, okay.
You're not guessing here.
Yeah, I mean, well, guessing in the sense like we have to estimate or guesstimate, right? Guesstimate. Judgment. Okay. Okay, so we have to actually make a judgment. Okay, whether before we actually make the offer, we will discuss with our buyers first, right? Because if we are seller agent, we are different kind of approach. But as a buyer agent, when you actually bring a buyer with you to make an offer on a property, we have to make a professional judgment. What will be our estimation of the valuation?
Yeah.
Okay, sometimes it's not a hard and fast rule, right? We have to look at the transactions there. And even if we see the transactions there, we do not know what is the valuation they are having. Okay, because we just see transaction, because there are people who are willing to pay cash over valuation. So the transaction went through, right? But for our case, based on the transactions,
I think most upgraders are willing to pay cash over valuation, but the question is how much. So similarly, like Niza was explaining, our case was quite, it was really tough. Finally, when we managed to nego, because our clients were willing to pay some form of cash over valuation, because this is how the market is. We cannot run away from the fact that you want zero valuation.
Yeah, but there's always a limit to the cash over valuation. I mean, well, people all know by now that they have to pay a bit of cash, but everyone has their limits. So it's very subjective to individual needs.
So
right?
back to the our client. So 630 was the closing price. We were granted the option to purchase. Whole and behold, after 3-4 days, the valuation came out to be 580.
580 for a very high floor unit.
50,000 cash over valuation.
Yeah, renovated high floor unit, and still the valuation comes up to 580,000. That means.
But as agent, we also need to make like you said, a judgment call for our clients, because of the fact that whether $50,000 COV, is it worth paying for into this context, especially if, I mean, especially specifically for the unit that we are buying. So this is a point of discussion.
Yes.
Of course, the pointers that we look at is, at first glance, 50,000 I think is a bit much, in my opinion.
Well, it depends, Nizam, because there's two way to look at it. Because if, let's say, you personally own a HDB and you are selling your HDB at a high price already, because you get maybe high demand for your unit, someone willing to pay for you 60K COV for your unit. So when you come down to upgrade or downsize to another resale flat that's having a COV, so it's kind of like, okay, it kind of balance out, right, Nizam? Like, because I sell with a COV, so I can buy with COV, right?
Here we are agree to disagree, because to me, this is how we want to, get the engagement from you audience. Because for me, personal view, I think 50,000 to COV to pay for a 20-year-old flat, I think 25-year-old flat, I think not justifiable. But of course, looking at the demand, or rather looking at the supply, is there supply? Is there enough supply for our clients to actually forego this unit and buy another unit, for example, to their desired, I mean, at the desired location, their expected value and all that. But unfortunately, certain location in Singapore, the demand is higher than the supply. So each time, if you were to delay your purchase or whatever it is, you are at the tail end of something that end of the day you cannot find the right unit, because everybody is vying for the similar unit.
Yeah. So if you forego this unit, what are the chances that you can get another similar unit on a high floor, or maybe with the right facing? So there's a lot of factors to balance out here. Like,
okay, at this juncture, if you have any comments, or you want to, you think that we are not making sense out of the COV part, just comment in the Facebook Live, so that we can also answer you. But coming back to our discussion here, so how much is it worth? I think it's like I said, it's a judgment call.
Yeah, it's very subjective actually, because for us, we can give our own opinion of what we see, but as a buyer, because they may have certain needs, like they need to be next door to their parents, next block to their parents,
schools,
or particular schools, or maybe the convenience of a bus stop that goes to work and so on. So all these factors actually will help them to decide whether this cash over valuation is appropriate, is worth paying, so because there's a lot of things like that, and also time concern, because if, let's say, they do not have enough temporary stay, let's say they could not have temporary stay.
I think let's not go into too deep because of the fact that might confuse a lot of people out there.
Okay.
So basically, at end of the day, the attributes of the unit and the surrounding play a part in whether it is worth paying the COV. At the same time, the needs of our client. For us, I mean, just specifically this client, we have conditioned them, we have ensured that they understand from a buyer's perspective that yes, whatever you buy in today's market, because of the location you want, there's tendency to be cash over valuation. But how much?
Yeah, so Nizam, actually, how our client are a bit ready, even though 50K is not something that they would want to pay, but why they are quite ready should that happen? Because for us,
yes,
we actually do do a so-called calculation, right?
Thorough financial
Yeah.
planning for
Worst
them.
case calculation, should there be a situation where you need to pay up to, let's say, 60 or 70K
For example,
COV?
we know that from the sale, from the sale of their current flat, they have certain amount of cash proceed. So we already preempt them that, you know, what is the comfort level of cash overvaluation that they are willing to pay. So in our calculation, we already have put that into consideration. So our clients know that, you know, if they were to pay 50,000, what is the balance proceed and all that minus cost, and so they are prepared. So to us, I think as agent, yes, it's easy job. If they're willing to pay 50,000, we go ahead. But I think we also want to, you know, add more value to our clients by having a further negotiation with the seller. But this is the typical scenario. Okay, now if I pose a question to all of you, how do I know that? How can I, you know, plan, or how can I be sure that if I were to buy this particular unit, chances of COV is very, very low? Can you give an example? I'll give an example. Okay, she's laughing, but I'll give an example.
It's a bit complicated to explain.
This is a tip, right?
Yeah.
A tip to those buyers out there, because it is proven many times with our own clients, right? If you are looking for a almost zero COV or zero COV flat, look at a 5-year-old MOP blocks.
Yeah, of course.
Look at a 5-year-old MOP block. Today, a valuation for our client who's selling a 5-year-old MOP block at 500 plus for a 5-room flat, it matches. There's no COV for the buyer, and today buyer has exercised. So if you are first-time buyer, especially because of the fact that you have to come out your own cash, there's no sale proceed to take and use it as a COV. So if you're first-time buyer, just married, you know, looking for somewhere near parents, buy something that is 5-year-old. Really 5-year-old MOP block. Chances very high chance.
MOP, and also if you know you are actually offering a price that slightly or way, maybe I would say 10% below whatever transacted over there, chances is the valuation match.
So the key thing is, my friend, find a professional to help you when it comes to buying also, because of the fact that it's not, no matter who you engage, very important that agents are able to help you in terms of negotiation, in terms of the, like we say, professional judgment, and how much to offer for that unit, and chances of whether COV or not. We can, real professionals are able to advise. So don't hesitate to engage professional. If not, a lot of first-time buyers who are direct buyers are always outbidded, outpriced, or out-knowledge, if I may use that term.
Well, Nizam, we also see some of the direct buyers that come to our unit, right? They are willing to offer, in fact, because they want to win the bid. They are willing to offer you whichever high price that they want to offer. But sometimes for us as a seller agent, even though we want to accept that high offer, we have to discuss with our sellers, right? Because being a DIY buyer, we do not know their current financial standing. So they may be jolly well offer you the price we want, but then what about the transaction? Will it actually go through smoothly? Because time is essence for our clients, right? Because most clients who sell, they need to buy as well. So time is an essence. We do not want to waste time, going into further negotiations with the buyer should the buyer cannot exercise the contract.
Just, our advice to first-time buyers out there, who there's no right or wrong whether you want to engage an agent or not. But if you are not, if you're not engaging an agent, make sure that you do your homework, because of the fact that, you
may lose your option fee if you don't.
Either you outbid it, or like Neeza say, you lose your $1,000
option fee. For
so
nothing.
No point. Say this is something that, $1,000 might be loose change for you, but I think it's quite a sum of money, especially
after going through 2 or 3 cycles of such cases, right? As a DIY buyer, you may end up fatigued, and then you find that the market is you cannot buy, but actually you do not know what you're buying. Okay, maybe you're not strategic in terms of your purchase approach, because you may actually go for a different estate that you could afford, but you go for the wrong location and so on and so forth.
Now let's delve into upgraders. So we've talked to a lot of people who are planning to sell their HDB on it. The most of the time we have this question from the Nizam. If I were to sell high, I have to buy high. So how do we tackle this kind of scenario, if I may say so, especially for upgraders? Because now we've worked from home, HBL and all that. Probably you are 4-room flat, wanting a bigger unit so that everybody has their own space and whatnot moving forward. But to sell high means I have to buy high. So it doesn't make sense. So how does it work, in this context?
Well, I mean, when you say you buy high, are you talking about pricing, right? Normally people say, oh, if I sell 600, I also have to buy something like 700, but that is what if you're trying to, compare between the same asset. Let's say you're selling a HDB, you're buying a similar HDB property. So you say, yeah, I sell high, I buy high. But let's say now you actually make money from your current HDB, right? So do you want to go into the same asset again? Because knowing HDB in general pricing will stagnant, right? Or stagnate.
Yeah, but they want the size.
They want the size. So it depends on the needs. But so if your needs is you want a bigger space, you want to go from, let's say, a 5-room to an executive flat, then it's your choice. But of course, before that, you could actually discuss further with your agent on what are your available options.
Yeah, true.
Because
in whatever market condition, for example, you say, oh, I will wait for when price go down. Yeah, you can buy low, but at the same time you have to sell low as well because market condition dictates. So end of the day, I mean, looking at from a very simple logic perspective, if you are to make the profit, it's going to be the same because you sell low, you buy low, you sell high, you buy high. I think this is something that we must understand from the public housing perspective. What's the reason for us? What's the aspiration? What is the needs? So important.
But generally, I mean, everybody wants to make money from their property. So if you already made some good amount of appreciation from your current property, it's best to enter into another asset class, but is at the low entry. That means you see the appreciation from that asset class. So therefore, you will not have this issue of, oh, if I sell high, I buy high, right? Correct. You will not be saying that because you will definitely see another cycle of appreciation from your next property. Right?
This is something that we will discuss further in subsequent episode. I think this is really, really very intriguing. Please share and like and also comment so that, we will take it up and then give it a spin to the topic so that you understand from a very different perspective. Now, what was something on my mind?
Yeah, COV.
COV.
If it's the problem with COV now, they come back to COV, right?
Already left, forgot.
Yeah, because as much as people see that COV is actually part of the price, like you have valuation plus cash over valuation, right? But that COV does not down pay your loan. That means the cash you're paying, right, does not down pay, the price of the property.
Yeah.
That means it's additional, right? So if you have that cash money, is it better to use it for renovation? Or is it better to use it to down pay your loan so that you have a lower loan, or to use it as a monthly mortgage to actually supplement your monthly mortgage payment, right?
We always advocate our clients is whether that can be used as a reserve fund. Yeah. Very important. This is something that we are very passionate about. We will discuss further.
Yeah.
But one thing we want to, I think the concept of COV, we'll talk about it, never ending. But I hope at this juncture, people out there, my friends, you understand the fundamental concept of COV and why. Okay, now we're going to go into now I remember, we're going to go into the why. Why is there COV?
Right. Yeah, why there wasn't COV last year, like beginning of last year?
Okay, let me, you all be patient. Let me change my screen so that you are able to see what we are trying to. Right. Okay, now, I hope you can see the screen. Basically, what we are trying to show here is in April 2009, Yeah. Hang on. I'm also the technical person, so give me a. Anybody want to do the setup for me, the technical part for free? Yeah, so they can always PM me. Just kidding. But anyway, this is article from Business Times in early April. HDB resale price up for 9 months in a row. Now we are in May. To tell you the truth, to tell you the truth, never mind, you can see our green screen. To tell you the truth, we are actually, the price are actually have moved up also for the past in April, May, and chances are June. So these are things that you need to understand from the perspective of resale market. Now, here, 9 months in a row. Why? Why is it 9 months in a row? Now, let's move on to the next slide. See, you will see rising resale prices, rising, and it has not stopped rising. So you must understand from market condition how you can actually take advantage, or do you need to wait out? You get what I mean? So those who are having a HDB at a good location with a nice view, well renovated, chances are you're able to take full advantage of the current market condition.
Yeah, actually, right? You should see from the graph there, right? For the past months, right? We actually clock about 2,500. I mean, slightly less than 2,500 units. That means for the so many months, right? We still clock the same number of transactions. That means there's still a lot of demand, right? Yeah. But
later I will show you.
If the supply remain the same, then you probably see the prices kind of like cool down a bit. I mean, it's like did not actually rise up. But if let's say the supply drop, but the demand still remain high, what are the chances that the price will increase?
It's always very fundamental, demand and supply. So now demand is still very strong, but supply is on a low. So basically, what will go up? Price. So this is very fundamental of whatever whatever commodity or housing or real estate for that matter. Now I want to show you the next slide. One of the contributing factors of why resale property has actually moved up quite a fair bit is because of this. Neeza, you want to elaborate on this?
Yeah, as you know, when the moment the minister announced, right, that the HDB BTO projects have to face delays due to the manpower crunch, right? Basically, the construction workers are not able to be at the same location, at the same time together. So that means less work can be done. And therefore also the rapid testing of the workers for COVID-19 and all that. So it does
recently,
disrupt
the stop of foreign workers coming to Singapore.
Yes, the supply of foreign workers coming from other countries.
I just read yesterday, if I'm not, or is it today? We are lacking about 100,000, 150,000 foreign workers. So imagine 100,000 construction workers not able to come in to facilitate the construction of all projects, especially BTO, because of the fact that HDB launches are quite massive.
Yeah, massive. Yeah. Easily 2,000 over units and all that.
And every quarter they launch about 2,000-3,000 units. So you can imagine, the amount of construction. So,
and they are everywhere, like all parts of Singapore.
So as BTO buyers or first-time buyers, when they see that the delay is quite substantial, what do? Those who cannot wait will have to go into the resale market. At the same time, this contributed to the increase in demand because upgraders are already high in demand because of the fact that they are able to take opportunity of the current high market condition. And they are also upgrading to probably another HDB. So all these groups of people are competing for the same unit or the same location.
Yeah, but actually, Nizam, not only that, because once a new couple, right, they know, of course, they want BTO first, right? That's their first choice. But once they know that time is an essence, because they already getting married soon, they probably already pregnant and expecting a child. So they find that, oh, this is a bit too long. If I'm going to wait another additional 2 more years, 1.5 years or 2 more years for my BTO, they might decide, hey, why not I jump into the resale market? Because as a resale buyer, first-time buyer, they have a lot of grants given to them, right?
Correct.
For example, if they buy a 4-room flats or below, they can get a 50K grant as a family grant. And if they live near their parents, because they don't need to buy BTO, resale market, they can actually buy something near their parents for that support system. They can get additional 20K proximity housing grant.
Correct.
Then on top of that, they can get their additional housing grant as well. So
up to, I think 70, just put it
50,
at the ballpark figure, 50,000 additional.
yeah.
So 50 plus 50 plus 20.
70 lah. 50.
120,000 grant. Okay.
Yeah. So to them, if let's say they buy a high resale price, they are okay because they are supplemented by this, supported by this grant.
Are able to offset.
Yeah.
That is one major factor of buying resale. I think the government also have put in place this grant provision to allow this, especially younger couples, to own a resale flat. You know, especially near parents or near parents especially lah.
Yeah, and also nowadays for the first-time buyer, right? They are very how to say upmarket. I mean uptrend lah. They see a lot of videos of how to renovate this and renovate that, right? So some of them actually come prepared with some cash. They already have some savings or cash of like say 40K or 30K. So they don't mind actually to renovate, right? But when they go into the resale market, they also realize that some of the units are also, especially for the 5-year-old BTO, 5-year-old MOP resale units, are very well done in terms of the renovation, nice 5-year-old renovation. So they don't mind paying that kind of COV as well, right?
Correct. I think this is something that, we have to acknowledge and
because renovation is free, so-called.
Right. So let's see.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Who's that guy? Oh, that's me. All right. So just to give a perspective of how the property price index for HDB
how
resale,
it jumps so high.
You see, for the longest time it was rather flat, but the last 1 year it has gone up quite a fair bit, a steep increase, if I may say so. Right. No doubt, last quarter volume went down a bit, but year on year means last March or April and April 2020 and April 2021, there was an increase of 29% in terms of volume. Isn't that amazing? So you can see first quarter, there are 7,000 over units transacted HDB. So every quarter there's 7,000 plus. So if there are 4 quarters in a year, you are looking at almost 30,000. Well, whether we achieve that, we are not sure, but we are on the right track if you're talking about how we can achieve that number. Now, this is a clearer view. Let me off ourselves first. All right. Yeah. So resale transaction volume. So you imagine here, 2020 pandemic year, almost 25,000. Can you imagine? We ourselves never could imagine that HDB volume transaction could reach that high in a pandemic year. Now, first quarter, which is January to March, there are already 7,500 over units transacted. So we are into the second quarter, and volume of transaction for April
that
also
you can match the same
increase.
For this year, we could have matched the same transaction
probably
numbers.
Yes, right. Let me switch back to. Give me a moment while. What am I supposed to do? Okay.
So actually, Nizam, here, when you can see the transaction is very, very healthy, right? It's almost as time high back in 2012, right?
Correct.
So with that, right, then you ask yourself, compared to last time and now, do we have enough supply this year? I mean, compared to last time?
Supply, of course, no lah. I mean, the supply is, you see, it's a very simple answer to this question. Why? HDB dwellers or HDB owners out there, unless they have a very compelling reason to sell and they know what they can buy, chances are they will not be selling. Am I right?
Yeah, most sellers out there actually are quite clueless, right? What they want to do. Like they know, oh, HDB market is good. Then I say, but I don't think I want to buy another property. Like I don't want to move. Why should I buy? Because I have to buy high too, that kind of thing. Then some of them, like even if let's say they want to upgrade to a condominium, then they will think like, oh, now the condominium is like above my budget. this and that. So most of the sellers are actually sitting on a fence.
Yeah.
They do not know what they want to do. Maybe because they are not too sure or too shy to ask.
Yeah, that's the reason that we have this talk show, so that we are not here to get your business, but more importantly to get you to understand the fundamentals of the HDB market or the private property market for that matter. So now you can see on your screen my WhatsApp number, or you can always just scan the QR code, send us a hi or something like that, or just if you have a very compelling question that you want to ask, please do so that we can share with all the audience today. Since we have still a bit of time, so we would like to probably, before we go to the next segment, we want to hear from you if there is, else we will continue our discussion. So far, thank you so much. There's quite now people watching. I'm so glad.
Okay,
hello,
Nizam,
Masruri.
we talk about buyers, right? Because buyers are paying the crunch here about the COV. Then let's discuss who are the sellers today actually.
Right.
Yeah, I mean, if you're saying like pandemic, seller if you don't want to move, scared of this, scared of that, then what are sellers today actually? Why are they selling?
I think fundamentally, you see, from our engagement with a lot of our clients or potential clients, one of the thing that they want to know is it the right time? Is there opportunity for me? If I sell, what can I buy? But the fundamental thing is, of course, the fact that how can I grow my money? It comes to my asset. I think a lot of us don't understand from that perspective lah. So as professional agents, we are very glad if you were to, especially when we get calls to come and do a presentation. I think that is something we always look forward to. We are not there to ask you to sell your unit, but importantly, we want to share why and how you can take advantage of the current market condition and what are the opportunities available. If you're not comfortable, opportunities doesn't suit you, no worries. But you must understand that you cannot wait out too long because market will change.
Yeah, that is provided you're talking about sellers who actually already have some intentions from the beginning. Like they want to have a different lifestyle. They want to upgrade to a condominium. Is this the right opportunity? Of course, because you already made some money, for sure you made money, and this money you can plow back to another asset class whereby you can make another round of wealth, right, from the private property, for example. But that is besides the point, Nizam. Other than that, I'm sure there are other types of sellers that require them to sell today. And who will that be?
Well, if I were to think of course, there's issue about divorce. No choice but to sell because court order is out there. At the same time, because of school, because they want to,
for the primary one registration,
1
they want to
radius advantage, and also at the same time to especially those above 55, right, where you still have loan to your existing housing, and how can you actually right size and fully pay the next property. At the same time, if your retirement account is enough, you're able to enjoy some form of cash proceed. Am I right?
Yeah. Because don't forget, right? Every year our policy change, right? Last year CPF may allow you to use your retirement sum, but maybe this year cannot. So you cannot wait for end of the year. It may be different. Next year will be different because every time each year you actually grow older, right?
Actually, I think I mean just to share our own personal experience. A lot of the above 55 clients that we have, the sale of their property is negative.
Yeah, at the, last year already negative, right?
Negative, which means their asset is losing eating asset. It's not appreciating asset, at the same time eating
up into their CPF, which also means their retirement that they can actually enjoy if
especially
they were to
those who are having maybe an elderly couple still staying in an EA or EM, just the two of them. I tell you, it's really heart-wrenching to see. If we do the figures, they can lose up to 100,000 of CPF on paper. Imagine if they were to put that money in the right asset, in the appreciating asset. I tell you today, they would have garnered a lot of retirement fund in that sense, rather than have to resort to right sizing, a lot of them have to resort to buying a 2-room flexi. I tell you, this is something that we see quite a lot.
Yeah, and then with the BTO crunch, this old elderly couple may not be able to actually get their keys early, right? So a bit of planning need to be done there.
I think just to be fair to everybody, we see too many social media about people buying, closing, whatever. But fundamentally, one day we will share the behind the scene of life of Nizam as a property agent.
It's hard to share because we are in the scene, so we cannot even.
I tell you,
who will be recording us?
My hair is all white. Luckily I wear this, but not that. I mean, we enjoy our work tremendously, but sometimes it's heart wrenching. It's really, it's really. They could have done much better. They will have to, I should have done this, done that before. So, when we look at the figures, they are really, really surprised or, sad for a fact that, they could have done something, especially for the retirement.
Okay, Nizam, now back to the young couples out there.
Yes.
Okay, because I feel for them. Young couple. I feel for them. If they were to go on paying COV for resale HDB, right? And they say, what is my choice? I do have some cash. Right, but I'm not going to pay for COV. So what is that about?
We will leave this question hanging, but we're going to show you a very nice video. Okay, this one, we've come to the, last segment of our program.
Yeah.
Let me, okay. Niza, you talk, so I pretend that I can switch the channel properly.
Okay, because I feel for the young couples out there, right? They may have some cash, but they do not want to pay for cash over valuation. They find that, HDB is a bit overpriced, for example, right? So they have other choice, right? They can actually go straight away into what we call an asset class that's in between, not HDB, not private condo.
Okay.
So what would that be, Nizam?
Wow. We just got this very interesting listing. As young couples, or elderly couple can.
Maybe first-time buyer. We call it first-time buyer. It may not be so young, but
fellow real estate agent out there, do share this also with your buyer. Okay. Here goes nothing. I'm so anal about this thing. Wait. Oop. See, told you. That. Right.
Okay, so take a look at this video. A sprawling executive condominium development located along Choa Chu Kang Grove, Soul Acres offers you a different and unique experience, 365 days of happiness.
Hi, I'm Neeza.
And I'm Nizam. Come with us to this spacious, sophisticated, fully renovated one-bedroom unit.
Combined with an affordable AC entry price, soon you will see how it is perfect for first-time buyers in the market.
Here we are in the open concept integrated living, dining and kitchen area, filled with strong wood tones. At 495 square feet, space is further maximized by the clever design. Additional shelvings and cabinetry has been strategically incorporated into the overall layout, beautifully merging form and function. Full-length sliding doors admits plenty natural light and good ventilation, resulting in fluid space that is comfortable and rustic.
This balcony is a small oasis of luxury. With zip-thread blinds installed, you can enjoy an alfresco dining and breeze regardless of the weather. The kitchen is another well-thought-of space. Fitted with ample top and bottom cabinets to meet your storage needs, the compact kitchen is well-equipped and has sufficient countertops for easy meal preparations. Last but certainly not the least, the bedroom. The lavish bedroom is an impressive place to relax and recharge. Light wood vinyl flooring and textured wallpaper adds a modern touch to the bedroom, while the lighting creates a cozy ambience to unwind. What's more, a built-in wardrobe helps with storage and eliminates any clutter.
set on a massive land size of 354,229 square feet, take advantage of the wide range of facilities that Soul Acres has to offer, which includes a lap pool and even a rollerblading trail. Highly accessible, reach Teck Whye LRT or Cape Horn LRT in a 4-minute stroll, whereas Choa Chu Kang MRT is only a stone's throw away. For groceries, meals or shopping needs, head down to nearby Teck Whye Shopping Centre, Sheng Siong Supermarket or NTUC FairPrice. Choa Chu Kang Community Club and Choa Chu Kang Park are in the vicinity for recreational activities and services. There are also plenty of schools within 2 kilometers to meet your children's schooling needs.
Limited to only 50 such units in the development, this exclusive one-bedder is truly a steal with its low maintenance fees, move-in condition, and good connectivity. Contact to find out more and arrange for a viewing today. I'm Neeza.
And I'm Nizam. We look forward to hearing from you soon. Yes, wow, amazing, right? That young couple in the video, I tell you, wow, they are quite lucky to be able to be featured. Yeah, quite young, the couple, quite handsome, the bugger. Yeah, but anyway, sorry, we just had some fun. Right. So Niza is wanting to share with you. For example, just 5 more minutes, we'll be able to, wrap this up.
A lot of us, we have a lot of buyers asking us, like, so this is a 1-bedroom executive condominium, right? So today, if you see an executive condominium that has already MOP'd, they can sell to Singaporeans or Singaporeans PRs, whether is it single or with a family, right? You can actually buy a 5-year-old EC that has reached their MOP, minimum occupation period.
Yep.
But this particular Soul Acres 1-bedroom EC, first of all, is very unique to have a 1-bedroom in an executive condominium. Soul Acres is one of the only condominium in Singapore that has a 1-bedroom EC unit.
Correct.
Right?
Yep.
So it's very rare to have 1-bedroom in an EC, number one. Number two, it's also rare to have this unit on sale because Soul Acres, as you know, is only 3 years old. He has not reached its 5-year-old MOP. So this particular owner has HDB approval to sell. Okay. Therefore, the buyer that can buy this unit is something in a sandwich, because I would say like they must be a first-time buyer. I mean, it's best to be a first-time buyer because they don't need to pay a resale levy.
At the same time, they can get a
grant of 30K
if
let's say their income is below 10K.
Yep.
But anybody that has an income, household income below 16K can actually purchase this 1-bedroom unit.
But of course, you must be married lah.
Must be either couple or someone that is above 35, two singles, or someone that comes in with the parent as an occupier. You can actually.
But very unique feature that we have clarified all this information with HDB. So not to worry, this is not something that we just say out, but we have clarified all this. At the same time, you only need to stay 1.5 years.
Yeah, actually, you just need to satisfy the balanced number of years to reach the MOP, and then you can straight away rent it out. Because one thing you know for sure today, if you want to buy a 1-bedroom private condominium or a condominium unit, how much is it, Nizam? Now, the cheapest private condominium new ones that you can buy today,
maybe 700 plus.
Yeah, it's basically have reached 700 to some even 800 over 1,000 to buy a 1-bedroom private condo.
So we want to showcase this example from a simple calculation perspective. So first-time buyers out there who are able to benefit, or those who have children, young couples, young children, married children rather, who has yet to buy a property, just give a glimpse of how the calculation would look like. Let me just switch my screen.
Just to show you, because we are talking about the current market price, right? For a new launch 1-bedroom, it's already above 770,000 or even up to 800, or even some if it's 1 million. But today, with this particular sole acres, which is very rare, you find a 1-bedroom EC, they are actually priced at $568,000.
Yep.
Today, Nizam, if you want to buy a EC, can you get a 1-bedroom? I mean, a new launch EC.
One thing I cannot buy EC, but anyway,
I mean, yeah.
yeah.
There's
chances
there's no
way,
right?
In hell.
In fact, 2 bedrooms so sometimes don't have for an EC.
I remember Ola only got 1 2-bedroom. If I'm not wrong.
No, not Ola. The other one, Piedmont or something like that.
Yeah,
Ola got 2 bedrooms.
Okay,
but now
only 1 unit of 2 bedrooms.
Yeah, but now the cheapest new launch EC that you can get, the price is already 878,000 that you can get one in Ola, okay, which is in Sengkang. So if you are a young couple, 878,000 may not something that you can achieve to buy. So you can actually come in to buy this. Okay, I'm going to calculate to you. If let's say you buy this at 568,000 for a 1-bedroom EC.
Okay.
Okay, you need 75% loan of this, which is actually amounts to $426,000.
Right.
Okay, so if we to do a reverse calculation to actually get a loan of 426,000, okay, you just need to have a household income,
which is combined income, right?
Yeah, combined income of about $73,000, like that, about 6,000. Yeah, combined income. Okay, that's all you need. That means if let's say you have your fiance have like 3,500, you have what, $3,000 salary, you can actually buy this unit and get a loan for it. So, but then what about the down payment? Okay, as you know, for 20% of this price is actually amounts to 113,600. Okay, and this one you can use CPF. But don't forget, if your income is about this only, right, 6,000 plus, that means you're qualified to get what, Nizam?
A $10,000 grant from the government.
What $10,000 grant?
30,000. Sorry, $30,000 grant.
If your income is below $10,000, your first timer, you can get a 30K grant.
30K, my friend, 30K.
Yeah, 30K grant. So you can use it to offset your 20% down payment.
Correct.
Okay, so don't forget, when you buy this property, you still need to pay stamp duty. Okay, so stamp duty is about 11,640. Okay, and then let's say you have a legal fee of 2,005, right? So if you total up here, you just need to have 83,600 plus, of course, your the admin fee here, which is about 14,140. So that is about $97,740. Okay. Okay, you just need this CPF. In your CPF. Okay.
Oh, the ring already.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Okay, CPF. Okay, don't know what happened. Okay, CPF, right? So then you just need another 5% cash for this, which is amount to very, very low. You just need about $28,400. So rather than you pay for COV of 30K, you can actually put your money down for a 5% for this particular 1-bedroom EC. Because ultimately, this particular unit, you can easily use it for your investment, like for rental yield.
Yeah. One more thing.
Yeah.
Imagine
after 1.5 years.
Already MOP 5 years.
Yeah.
Typically, like we discussed, a 1-bedroom private condominium already fetching 700 plus thousand.
Yeah.
So do you see the potential in terms of gain in the next minimum 2 years? I tell you, this is a very rare opportunity for those eligible, those privileged. So in essence,
So
let me just cut back.
Okay, the good thing about, if you buy a EC, right, today you have to buy and then you got to wait for the EC to be ready in, let's say, 2.5 years. And then after that, you got to stay in for another 5 years.
Correct.
Then you can sell, right?
Yes.
So it takes some time, just like you're buying a BTO and all that.
Yeah.
But for this particular unit, it's already ready, it's renovated, it's fully furnished actually.
Yep.
In fact, it's fully furnished. You just need to stay for 1.5 years. And COVID passed 1 year very fast, right? In fact, we are almost like 1.5 years from COVID.
Yep.
And it's so fast. Therefore, you buy a unit like this, you can straight away, 1.5 years can pass very fast. And then the next thing, you can rent it out. Okay. You don't need to wait for 5 years. You can even think of decoupling. Let's say you decided to decouple after you purchase this, decouple, and one can buy another bigger unit. So this is actually a lot of, you can do a lot of things with this particular unit.
Right.
Yeah.
So this is, I think, one of our sharing in terms of good buys, great buys out there that you are able to take advantage. This is part of the structure of our segment. So hopefully the next episode and the subsequent episode, we're able to bring in guests. If you want to be guests in our show, just let us know so that we can accommodate. We see how we can benefit, how you can benefit the rest of our viewers. Yeah. If you need more information, just PM us. But I think now it's 10 o'clock. I think we have we share quite a bit in this past hour. We hope that you have benefited from our humble sharing, and at the same time, please like and share, spread the word. Next to NeezaNizam is the new talk show. We have this what do you call that? We will do a hashtag N2NN, next to NeezaNizam. I tell you, let's make this viral so that we all are benefit, not to our benefit, but to the benefit of everybody.
Yeah, actually, you would like to share more. If you have any questions or you want us to talk about, please do add into the comments, or you can in fact personally WhatsApp Nizam, as in the scan the code there, and you can straight away WhatsApp.
Important also like our Facebook page, NizamAdli SGReal Estate Strategist and all that, or you can add friend so that we can you can stay abreast with the information that we are going to furnish regularly to all of you out there. At the same time, I think thank you very much to all the viewers out there, listeners. I see some are still really with us for the last hour. I'm very humble and glad. Hopefully, we will be able to add more value. Okay, at the same time, just to update, we will go live every Wednesday at 9 p.m. As of now, it's Facebook. I'm trying to figure out so that we can have both Facebook and YouTube. This video will be uploaded in YouTube in the next couple of days. So you also go and subscribe to our NizamAdli SGReal Estate Strategist YouTube page. So that you can revisit this.
Yeah, you can look at the
previous
property videos there that we are currently marketing as well.
So it's 10 o'clock, 10:03. We want to keep to the time so that you can enjoy the rest of the time watching TV or with the family. Stay safe, guys. Anything, NeezaNizam is here. No obligation. Ensure that you and family are well taken care of and be safe, especially with the current COVID situation. Yeah. So I'm Nizam Adli.
I'm Neeza Ali.
Signing out from N2NN. Bye.